Public hearing.
I'm sorry. I don't have that there.
It's that first one.
All right. That's a public hearing, but you know, whether we'll solve. Oh, you know what?
You'd have to.
Just pull this out, that's fine. And we've discussed it. I apologize. Winfield Fire Protection will be conducting a public hearing held on Tuesday, April 19th at 7:30 immediately prior to the board meeting of the office of Winfield. The agenda would be as follows: call the meeting to order, roll call purpose of the meeting, discuss the 22-23 budget and appropriations ordinance number 342. So let's call the meeting to order.
Right. Alice.
Present.
Secretary Sass.
Present.
Trustee Simpson.
Yep.
Trustee Gannon.
Yep.
Trustee Saylor.
Not.
Council President Chief Evans and Attorney Miller.
Not at this.
So the purpose of the meeting is to discuss the budget and appropriations ordinance number 342.
It's been available for the past 30 days for public review. And no questions.
And do I have
Any remarks before?
any remarks? Right.
I'll make the motion. Yeah.
Nothing.
The public hearing.
Yes.
We're adjourning.
We're just discussing. We're not moving. Yeah, good call. I will second that.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you for the one.
Now we are starting our regular meeting. The meeting is to be called to order.
They move.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
President Alice.
Present.
Secretary Sass.
Here an account for.
Treasurer Hammond.
Yep.
Trustee Simpson.
Here.
Trustee Saylor.
Still
Council President Chief Evans.
Still
and
not.
Attorney Miller.
Well, the first item on our agenda is to swear in firefighter Walker Wells. Walker Wells, come on up. Come on
You're the
now.
next
He joins us
contestant.
from North Talos. And he started, what day did he start? So the 14th of February. So he's been with us since then, and we're here to celebrate his good evening and welcome aboard.
That's the read along.
Yes.
When you're done, please bring it back.
I told him he had to memorize.
I, Walker Wells,
I, Walker Wells,
do hereby declare and affirm
I do hereby declare and affirm
that I shall faithfully perform the duties
that I shall faithfully perform the duties
of the office of firefighter paramedic for the Winfield Fire Protection District
of the office of firefighter paramedic for the Winfield Fire Protection District
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
and that I shall at all times,
and that I shall at all times,
in the execution of my duties,
in the execution of my duties,
uphold the rules, regulations, and ordinances
uphold the rules, regulations, and
of
ordinances
the Fire Protection District
for the Fire Protection District
in the Duke County of DuPage.
and the County of DuPage.
I also declare and affirm
I also declare and affirm
that I will at all times
that I will at all times
uphold the laws
uphold the laws
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois and the United States of America.
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois and the United States of America.
Welcome aboard.
So, introduce everybody here. Well, joining you tonight.
This is my dad, Walker, my brother, Connor, my mom, Janet, and my girlfriend,
Welcome.
my aunt.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
You can jab them real good for that. That indecision, just give them a good stick.
Train them early.
This is your chance.
Ready?
We got paramedics on staff.
We got a bleeder.
That's why they give you guys the blue shirts, you know. It's high
Can't
blood
see it,
level.
I could better, yeah.
That's, yeah, exactly. You can walk real fast. Yep, I'll come in. Come in.
Welcome aboard.
We have a little cake outside. I'd like to just take a moment to welcome your family to our family. Thank you very much.
Thank you
very much.
And enjoy the cake.
Enjoy the cake. Sit through the meeting.
Unless you really want to hang out for a meeting.
The fun stuff.
You've been through it before, I think, right?
Yeah, I've been through
For a couple of
Every month, every month.
Dave, good to see you, by the way. How you doing? Not so good to see your shirt, but good to see you.
Yeah, right.
You know.
You're in first place. Best record in the league.
We're not having an open meeting right now. You are at the border. All right. I need a motion to approve that.
Oh, I
Well, I said you compare him to his brother. I don't know if we got the right one. It could have been the other one.
Right. Well, you know, that's.
Yep.
Your father's face in the
Yeah.
mirror. So,
All right.
we need to have a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of 3:15 and the executive session of 3:15.
We'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
I will second that motion.
All in favor?
All right.
All right.
Any opposed? This is the time for public comment about everything but sports.
Are we allowed to limit public comment?
Well, I guess.
Sorry.
We can speak, feel free to speak.
You got anything for us today, Dave?
Nothing of interest.
Okay.
Awesome.
Great.
Gentlemen, do you have anything to?
No, I keep looking at that illegal sign across the track.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being no public comment, let's go right on to reports. Rob, how about the treasurer? See, I remember your name there.
You did.
I wrote it down.
Cue cards. Treasury report is in your packet. Nothing real big of note out of this one. We did end up with a grand total of all funds at $2,951,878.63. The only thing I'd like to point out is there was yeah, we received ambulance fees in total of $14,770 for the past month. So something to keep an eye on. That's all I got.
Make a motion to accept the budget report.
That's for a month.
Thank you very much, month.
Is there something?
I thought, Randy.
Okay, I'm sorry. President Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Seuss?
Yep.
Treasurer Gainer?
Yep.
Mr. Simpson?
Yep.
So this month, as I usually do, sir, the West Suburban Fire Rescue Alliance. Typically, we have the first week of the month, we have a special operation that is, again, water rescue, hazmat, and technical rescue drills. So the first responding companies, and in order to expedite an emergency situation, need to work early to set up to mitigate a call faster, and it's proven beneficial for all of our member agencies that we do it that way, as opposed to some other places where they will get on the scene, call for special teams, stand by until they get things, until they arrive. much more expeditious way to handle incidents, and it is borne out to be beneficial for us. This month, we did not have dedicated special operations training because we, the Alliance, held internally a state certification course of operations. So Alliance personnel taught a class for Alliance members, and they are taking state certification tests upcoming to get certified actually in rope operations. We had 2 of our members actually participate in that as well. I believe Anthony Williams and Charlie Gordon participated in that. So again, another huge benefit to our membership in the Alliance.
How was that? Excuse me, how was that different? Well,
There are several different entities. There are several different training organizations throughout the state. The State Fire Academy, the Fire Service Institute of Illinois, that all hold classes. And what they will do is they will post the classes and throughout the state, and people will travel, sign up for the classes. If they get one of the spots in the class, will travel to go take the certification.
Which is great.
So we did this locally. It was able to do it on our timetable and our timelines to meet all the state standards, and our people were able to attend. And again, knowing the instructors, all that kind of stuff. So it was really a very
I'd imagine there was a considerable cost savings to the
considerable.
individual.
A state class anymore runs upwards of $1,000. This was considerably less than that.
Plus the travel.
Yeah.
And the state.
So tremendous, thank you for bringing that up, actually, tremendous cost savings to all of us. On top of the fact that we were able to make arrangements to everyone's schedules aligned, the different agencies, the different entities, the different members that participated. We were able to get everything going. On top of all of that, it was also.
And oh, by the way, you're training then with the people you're going to be doing those operations with,
Correct.
versus at the state run where you're getting somebody who you're never going to see again. Yep, and you don't know what their backgrounds are. Yeah,
So
great work on that.
So the other big things were we, Winfield, compliments to Lieutenant Fermento for making the arrangements for that. We've been hosting the hazardous materials, some hazardous materials training for the Alliance team and other entities as well that participated. And that was through our awesome partnership with Central Case Hospital, going over there, going through their decontamination operations facilities, the facility itself, which poses some hazards. So it was really good training that we hosted. He coordinated, so compliments to him. And then lastly, the water rescue team, which is really led by our members for the Alliance, has been doing a lot of training, a lot of split water training, which we all know is unfortunately very necessary and very difficult, challenging work. We've been arranging training. We had training here locally within Winfield and West Chicago in the DuPage. They've been going out to Bristol County, or Bristol County rather, in the Fox, doing some training, and then we're going to have more certification training coming in the not so distant future for that as well, because it is something that really matters to all of us with respect to both the DuPage and flooding that we all know happens in this area. So a lot of special operations training, even though there wasn't the standard first in company operation that you usually do, there was a lot of other stuff, a lot this past month. In terms of the multi-company drill for the month, it was today through Thursday. I'll say the same as I always do. If anyone would like to go see how it works, I'm happy to take you. We were there today. Obviously, the next 2 days as well. High-rise operations hosted by Bloomingdale Fire Protection District. So high-rise operations are incredibly comprehensive operations. It typically takes anywhere, even big urban departments to the east, it takes typically at least 4 fire companies just to get the first hose line in operation on the floor. It's incredibly labor intensive, getting up the stairs, getting all this stuff in place, getting hose lines established, advancing down the hallway, all of that stuff, bringing spare bottles, because by the time you get there, you've done the bottle. Incredibly intensive operations, and requires a lot of coordination between a lot of people. It's incredibly labor intensive. And if in fact you have a fire, it might automatically be upgraded several times just because of the amount of people you need, to say nothing of the EMS component of that, because they're usually occupied by a lot of people. So that's the kind of training we've been doing, and obviously, in our own community now, we have more than one high-rise. So this is particularly beneficial for us because we now have to deal with those kinds of things, and all that coordination takes place. So incredibly good training, incredibly hard work by the troops, and the training today went very well. I have no doubt it will go well the next 2 days also. Recent incidents of note, on March 19th, Deputy 31 Eric assisted Sweden on a structure fire on Lorraine. On March 20th, Gold Shift, we had a structure fire on Child. It was unincorporated on high mid area. We were assisted on that fire by West Chicago, Wheaton, Warrenville, Carroll Springs, Bloomingdale, Oak Brook Terrace, York Center, Roselle. So you start talking to the public at large, fully, you know, what's going on with all those companies from all that distance. Well, tenders.
Those are all my neighborhood.
So when we start getting into rural water operations, there are fewer and fewer with every passing year, fewer and fewer of those tenders in the area. So they have to come from farther and farther, and you need multiple, 4, 5, 6 of them, depending on the state of the fire. So they have to come some distance, so we want to get going early. So that was an interesting thing about that. On March 28th, Red Shift on Evelyn, we had a appliance fire. We were assisted by Wheaton, West Chicago. On April 4th, Gold Shift, we had a vehicle fire on Beverly. April 16th, Gold Shift, we assisted West Chicago in a structure fire on Washington Avenue, engine 31, medic 31, and deputy 31. And on the 18th flagship, we assisted Carroll Stream with a structure fire, engine 31 on Alexandria. Service anniversaries, although he was here and he left. Lieutenant Tim Roman, 21 years total service with the district on April 18th. He started as a part-time member.
When he was 10.
Actually, he started when he was,
Right.
so.
Oh, that's right.
I think it was 14.
At least 14.
So you were close.
Yeah, wasn't that wrong?
Other information, we continue to work on ESL solutions and the Flow MSP update. So as you recall, the ESO is the fire reporting software, and along with that, there is a whole scheduling element to it, so we can really upgrade. It's kind of like an HRIS system in corporate, so big change for us and a fast improvement, moving us into modern times. And Robin and Eric and the troops actually are working really, really hard to get up to speed with it. Flow MSP is a pre-planning software package where, again, when we get dispatched, all of the other alliance communities are also have this Flow MSP. So basically it gives you pre-planned information, so you can, the building will pop up, the utilities on the building, where the key box is, where the alarm panel is, what some you know, what kind of entities occupy the building, all that kind of stuff. So you get a lot of that information while you're en route. And the beauty of this is we all share that information. So if we're going to Wheaton, we get to see the Flow MSP stuff, so we get to know a building that we're not familiar with because it's not in our town. So that'll help us, and conversely, as we all know, our neighbors come to us a lot, and we will help them navigate our buildings better. Lexical, obviously, we have some policies in that were sent to the trustees for review and approval. The lexical update is still going strong, working really hard on that, and we'll have that wrapped up. Actually, we expect to be well ahead of the schedule to get that done, and it's important. It's important for our insurance providers, important for us to just modernize our operation. Roof repair update, again, Anthony Roofing Company that we awarded the bid, did a fantastic job. We did have one small leak, and they were incredibly responsive getting out here and addressing that. So we've been nothing but pleased with them, and compliments to them, because they've been very, very responsive and helpful and engaged. So that worked out really well for us. Grant updates, I unfortunately have no update information for any of the grants that we've applied for, either the LARPA grant, the OSFM grant for the air cascade, or the SAFER grant for staffing. We've got no notification, good or bad, or anything else from any of those submittals yet. And that is my report.
Thanks, Jeff. Attorney,
No report.
yes. Any old business?
Ordinance 342 is under old business.
So we want to discuss that in the document tonight. We want to do that under new business, because it was under new business.
Oh. This is under new business.
Well, you're amazingly new. Yeah, so we can discuss it tonight. Go on and follow it. So we want to have a roll, we're going to have to discuss and adopt budget and appropriations ordinance number 342. That's a roll call vote. Any discussion?
Motion to pass the ordinance 342.
Second?
Second.
Trustee Callis,
Yes.
Secretary Sachs.
Yep.
Treasurer Gaines.
Yep.
Trustee Simpson.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, we move on to our consent agenda. We have a monthly run report.
I think you have the transfer ordinance.
Right, 341.
We moved 342 up to old business because we just discussed.
Okay, I see. I was,
Sorry, we were a little out of order.
yeah, I'm like looking at the agenda. and I heard you guys say all this, I'm like, what? I was going to do this, so, okay, yeah,
Sorry.
that's okay.
You know, one
Next
of
month,
these
he's gonna have a
days-
report
one of
that's
these days I'm
gonna
have
be.
this meeting, like figured out, yeah, but by 2025, I'll be gone. So we want to do our consent agenda with the monthly run report.
So moved.
Second,
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye. And just one comment with that, mutual aid received in March,
Triple of what we did.
triple of what we gave. 37 received in, only 12 given out. And thank you to our friends in Wheaton who came here 2 to 1 on what we're able to support them with. So yeah, 37 received, 12 given. On the year, we're at 373 total calls. Last year at this time, we were at 305. And total mutual aid given by my little jots in the margin, 83 received on the year and 56 given on the year. 83 get received, 56 given. 84 received.
All right, thanks for clarifying that. It's a shame to have them father eating cake. So,
Engine 31, medic 31.
discuss and adopt transfer ordinance number 341.
I'll second.
Second. Roll call?
Trustee Callis,
Yes.
Secretary Sachs.
Yep.
Treasurer Gaines.
Yep.
Trustee Simpson.
Yes.
We're going to move on to the resolution memorandum regarding transfer of funds to capital projects. Any discussion on this? Memorandum in the packet.
Mhm.
Second.
Second.
Roll call?
Trustee Callis,
Yes.
Secretary Sachs.
Yes.
Treasurer Gaines.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll say that starting to transfer funds and capital resources into line item budgeting will make us very more accountable to public comment as they see our monies, they can see where it's designated for, keeping it in a general fund. We'll be transferring hopefully more funds and following that alignment as kind of the state kind of doesn't require it, but suggests that we do that. Line item budgeting is a great way to run the department.
Yep.
Thank you, Steve.
Does that happen with next year's budget? Is that starting next fiscal year? I mean, it's not like that's something that's coming.
Well, it's something that we're starting. As we get, you know, when you do, when you follow line item budgeting, when you replace a roof, the next day you start saving to replace the next roof. So those funds become accountable, so that someone just can't look at your and say you have $3 million. Well, honestly, the $3 million is allocated, more is allocated. However, it doesn't look that way in the general fund. So when, like, the school board runs their own line item budget, and so everything's allocated. So there is a general fund, but it's really not very large, and all your funds are allocated so that you can, when you say, we need this, we have to go for this, we're depleted here, you have hard black and white.
So is that starting in the next fiscal year
We're
that we
working on it.
officially transition?
We officially,
Fiscal year starts next month.
right,
This transfer will happen before the end of
Right.
April.
so,
It's the one we're requesting tonight,
Right.
and then from that point on, the goal is to continue to make.
We're transitioning.
that's the proper way to do it. It really is the proper way to do it. As usual. Review and approve standard operating procedures.
I just paid for it.
As was provided to the board members, I would ask initially to pull number 1043 only because we need some more internal review for that one. It'll be part of the packet for next month. Because we have some a little bit of internal work to do on it. All right, it was noticed at the last minute. So with the exception of that one, I would ask for approval of
And then we go on then to our,
just that one.
Just that
The rest
one.
are ready to go.
okay, then we need a motion.
I will make the motion to approve the policies that were presented, except for policy number 1043 as requested.
Second. Roll call.
Trustee Gals,
Yes.
Secretary Sets. Trustee Davis,
Yep.
Trustee Simpson.
Yes.
And again, Deputy Chief Ermer and to the membership, thank you for your work on all of this because it is all very, very good.
Yeah, it was.
I did actually read
Yep, I did.
all that. It is going to help us, that's for sure. So, thank you all.
Approve surplus list disposition.
There is no list.
Nope.
I didn't notice. It's on there, so I
It's a
have to talk
standing
about it.
agenda item.
All right.
Make a motion to pay the bill.
I will second that.
And we'll have to read that one again.
Trustee Gals,
Yes.
Secretary Sets.
Yep.
Treasurer Davis.
Yep.
Trustee Simpson.
Yes.
And just for the record, the total bills for the month were $181,000, $181,921.42.
And we all know that in order to pay all those bills and keep the taking $40,000 out of our secure funds every month, because I see the transfer on it. So we're not going forward, we are slowly
Slowly.
but surely
Going back.
leaking. I'll give you all a chance for public comment one more time. Okay, I think we have one item to discuss very quickly in executive session. And then we'll, so I think we need to adjourn to executive
I
session.
make a motion to adjourn.
Right.
Second.
For the purpose of discussing
Personnel.
personnel, salaries, and or discipline.
Secretary Sets.
You really did this.
Oh, yeah. Rob did.
You didn't say it, but it's
Sure.
he's busy yakking. Right. Thank you all for showing up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
did you guys vote in favor?
I make it part.
Go.
We are back in our regular session, and I'm looking for adjournment.
I will second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Thank you for showing up. Have a nice night.